up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? I'm a little dark. Oh, there we go. It is Monday. It's still Monday here. I know on the East Coast, it's not Monday no more. It's Tuesday. But where I am, it's Monday. So hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday evening or early Tuesday morning, wherever you are. It is Halloween week, and I've been having a little fun. 7 hours of live streams yesterday with John Ward, and then I went out today, shot a pretty fun video. I hope you'll enjoy tomorrow down in the city of Redlands, kind of near where I went to the that mansion and did a live stream recently, the mansion from Hell Night. I shot a video over there today that I'll be uploading tomorrow morning. So hopefully you all enjoy that. I gotta move this camera over. I'm never happy with where my camera is. When you can't see Jack, there he is. There's Jack-o'-lantern up there. I had a whole bunch of these like little pumpkins, the little jack-o'-lanterns sitting around, and the kids love them, and they jacked them. Like the neighbor's little two. I think one of them's 1, one of them's like 4, something like that, maybe 5. But the kids jack them, and then my 7-year-old niece. So I don't have my little jack-o'-lanterns around to decorate or anything right now, but that's okay because we got a popcorn, or not a popcorn, but what are they with the Happy Meal buckets from Mickey D's over there. Everybody got into this craze of having to get these, so I stopped in and got one. You know, of course, I haven't played with my stickers yet. Save those for later. Maybe I'll put them on here, tomorrow or something. But anyways, I got one of those. Give it to the kids later or something. But I had to check them out. Check it out. Anyways, it's late, and I apologize about that, but it's because I was out and about shooting a video for tomorrow, and I do. Again, I hope you enjoy that video. But there's not much coming up this week in the way of big movies, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact it's Halloween on Thursday, and if the movies want to get a big release, they want to come out Thursday night, so they get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for that first weekend of sales. And nobody's going to the movie Thursday, at least not the normal amount of people. And so I think push everything back. But there's still a couple interesting ones that we could talk about coming up this week. Yeah, and then some other little tidbits, news and stuff. Like supposedly James Gunn is working on the trailer for Superman, and I guess Joaquin Phoenix now was coming out saying that Christopher Nolan asked him to play the Joker in The Dark Knight. We're going to come out like, 10, 15 years later and say, oh, yeah, I could have been the Joker back then. Yeah, nobody wants to hear that garbage. But anyways, apparently also The Mandalorian with Grogu. I don't know if it's called The Mandalorian and Grogu now or whatever, but the new season is wrapped filming on that. So the only good thing to come out of Star Wars in a long, long time. So we should have another season of that coming up soon. So we got some other stuff we'll kind of talk about or whatever, but pretty much an open forum tonight because there's just not that much in the way to talk about of movies. And we talked a lot yesterday. If you haven't seen it or you're not subscribed to John Ward's channel, I think you put up a video today. I don't remember which one. There was 2 videos we did. One with the 13 films, kind of obscure movies for Halloween. I think almost all of my 13, if not all of them, were on my list of 50 movies. But John had I think about 10 movies that I have not seen. So that was kind of fun. I'm not sure if that one came up today or the other one where we talk about the John Carpenter Apocalypse trilogy or whatever. It's The Thing, Into the Mouth of Madness, and Prince of Darkness. We talk about those 3 movies. So with another dude on there. So there was 3 of us. So it was a fun conversation. So if you want to check that out, that's on John Ward's channel. Link is down below there. So yeah, 7 hours of live streams yesterday. Out shooting more videos today. And man, I just realized I was talking to Fluffy about this. I've still got, but I'm pointing over there, like my computer's not down here really. And like it matters where I point, but I've got footage from before Fluffy even moved to Texas of us out doing a movie hunting video in Palm Springs. I've got footage of like going to Texas, some of the adventures with Fluffy when we drove out there. I've got videos from Texas hanging out with my brother. I've got other videos that I've completely forgotten to ever edit. So there should be some of that kind of fun content coming up your way before too long. So lots of fun stuff going on. I just got to get busy editing over here. But it's Halloween week. Did everybody get their candy already? Are you ready to go? Don't wait till the last minute, because you know how it is. You're going to roll in there to Walmart or wherever, like on Halloween at like 2:00 in the afternoon, and that candy section is going to be blown out. It's going to be nothing but circus peanuts and candy corn, which I'm down with. I don't hate on circus peanuts, especially circus peanuts. I like them better than candy corn. But you can't pass those out because they're like loose. So make sure you get your candy. And then what's everybody doing for Halloween? I'm not 100% sure yet. My daughter is coming up. I'm pretty sure, like the one that's in the Navy. So she'll be here. So I'm not sure if we're going to do our normal kind of having like a little bonfire and handing out candy, or if we're going to do something else. I'm not sure yet, but maybe I'll do a live stream again like last year. I'm not sure. We will find out about that. But yeah, it's crazy. Last year on Halloween, when I did my live stream here, that was like the day after my daughter left to go join the Navy. So a year later, here we are, and she's back home for Halloween. So that's kind of cool. She's still in the Navy. She's just going to have a little vacation here. But Antonis, what's going on? Larry, yeah, going late. Well, it's very, very late for you all, and I apologize about that. But it is. It's not so late over here. It's not so late over here. Daniel, what's up, Daniel? And yeah, Balzer. I saw the question, Balzer. I saw the question you're laughing at. But Larry, I'm sorry. I'm not. We're not going down that avenue this early in the live stream. We'll maybe throw that question out there again a little bit later. Robert C, what's going on? Deadpool Fanatic, what's up? Nice intro. Well, thank you very much. Wicked Network, Jennifer, what's up, Jennifer? How you doing? And let's see here. Let's see who we need to get to. House of G fam. Hello there, House of G fam. Who else do we got here in the chat? Sorry, I had to leave your live stream early. No, and I don't blame you. I saw your comment there, Antonis, but I kind of gotta. I mean, Terrifier 3's been out for 3 weeks, and so at some point, it's we talk movies here. That's what we do. So there has to be some criteria as far as how long I will go without talking spoilers. And by all means, if you have not seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, you're going to wait until like 3 more weeks until it comes out on demand, then by all means exit out of the video. Don't watch. I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. But within it being out for 2 or 3 weeks, I think most of the people that really want to see it probably have. And I know folks like yourself are not big into going into the movie theater. You like to watch at home, and I get that and respect. But at some point, the rest of us kind of want to talk about it. And so no disrespect, or I didn't mean to alienate you there, Antonis, but I did want to, kind of go over it. And that's specifically, John Ward came on to talk about Smile and a couple other movies. So one of them we didn't even get to, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on, another video with John Ward. But I have fun. I don't know. How do you all feel about that? I enjoy, because John and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of things when it comes to movies. So it's always fun to talk about movies when we disagree, and we have a good time about it, jab at each other and all that. And it's a lot of fun. So hopefully you all enjoy those, when John and I kind of go back and forth. I have a lot of fun with it. Luther, what's going on? And Larry said, got a contest coming up. Yeah, make sure everybody, you can click on Larry, I think, and go check out his channel. If you want to try and get in that contest. Larry, I'm sorry, man. I am sorry. I've been burning the midnight oil. Like 2 days ago, I got 4 hours sleep. I think last night I got like 3 hours sleep. So, I mean, I'm just, man, I got a million billion things going on. Daily videos, other things in life that I have going on. I'm studying for something pretty big in life coming up. But also we're getting ready to go into production. We have a new movie that I'm working on with Master Chaos that I think the date, which is kind of soft right now, but it's either going to be the how do I get down to November here? Either like the 6th, 7th, or 8th of November, we go into production on the new movie. So I got a lot of things I need to wrap up because that's going to be like a solid week or 8 days or whatever that I'm going to be 8-9 days, something like that, 7-8 something 8 or 9 days that I'm going to be kind of gone. And I'm trying to get content lined up so I can put that stuff up so there'll still be videos every day. So I got a million billion things going on. So I apologize about that, Larry. I haven't been able to get over there and check it out. Kevin, what's up? Don't stay home during the evening on Halloween because I like to go out and see what decorations and pumpkins have set up. I don't get more than a few trick-or-treaters anyways. And you know what? And that's awesome. If your neighborhood is cool, yeah, just go out and like see everything. Or if you kind of got to go places to drive around and stuff. When I was coming home tonight driving around, I saw some really cool decorations, and I saw a post on Facebook about a town not too far from here that a guy had built like this really amazing haunted house. And so I drove by and checked that out tonight. He wasn't done everything, so it wasn't right to try and do like a video there or anything, but great dude and amazing looking haunted house that he's going to have. So if I'm not here, that may be my game plan too, is to kind of go check out some of the haunts, that people set up just for Halloween, because there's a lot of them. So I respect that. That is an awesome thing to do for Halloween there, Kevin. Personally waiting Terrifier 3 to hit digital. No, and that's what I figured, Antonis. So you got about 3 more weeks. So I don't want to be the one to spoil it for you. So I understand if you jump out. Robert likes the live streams. Very cool. Let's see here. Nocturnal. What's the Iron Man? Nocturnal, man. You're stinking Dodgers, man. What happened to the Padres in the last 2 games of the series forgot how to hit. And then the Mets, like 3 games or 4 games in that series, forgot how to hit, and the Yankees forgot how to hit. Man, you got to give credit where credit's due, man. The Dodgers pitching has been fire lately, like fire. There's been a few games where the Dodgers have like unloaded and scored a whole bunch of runs. But the credit is with the Dodgers pitching. And I mean, if they go on to sweep, or even if they win 4-1 or 4-2, whatever, is Freddie Freeman got to be the MVP, right? But I hate to see the Dodgers win, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But man, and the tough thing is with the Dodgers, you get the Dodger fans who are just fans. Like Frank C is a huge Dodger fan, goes to games like all throughout the season, and that's cool. But he's a good dude, he'll say like, yeah, go Dodgers, whatever, something like that. But it's the bandwagon fans that come out of the woodwork, and then it's the fans that want to get all aggressive and angry, and you talk a lot of smack. Those are the ones that really kind of ruin it for everybody. But anyways, yeah, whatever, Nocturno. Yeah. Anyways, I kid. Congrats to your Dodgers. Looks like they're going to take it home. You and John are great to watch together. Thanks, House of G fan. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Robert saying, what's up to Nocturnal? When we went to see Venom last night. Oh, nice. The first half was boring to me. Rachel liked it. Yeah, Venom was interesting. I'm not a huge Venom fan. And the movie was okay. It was nothing special. I felt like it was something I should have watched at home. But having the AMC pass, why not? Why not? And I'm conflicted. This week, I'm kind of torn because the AMC pass renews Friday morning. So you get 3 movies, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way through Thursday. And then Friday morning, you get your 3 more movies. I don't think I'm going to see any movies this week because the movies that are out right now, I've already seen everything that I want to see. And the things that would come out Thursday night, it's Halloween. So I don't think I'm going to be seeing movies on Halloween. So, man, I like when I have this computer, this screen over here gives me so much light. And then I go to look at something else, like look at the movies that are coming out, and I'm dark. Oh, I'm light. Oh, I'm dark. Oh, I'm light. I was like, I got a strobe light over here. But so this week in theaters on Thursday, a movie called Director's Cut is coming out. And let me see if I can pull this up without getting any. The ads, these websites are tough with the ads. So let's see, pull this up. I have to make that a little smaller. There we go. I still think you probably can't read all that. So we'll read it together. But Director's Cut, it says a Long Island punk band meets a mysterious director on social media who offers on social media, who offers to record their first music video for free. The band is desperate for fame and his work looks good. So they take him up on the offer and drive to Pennsylvania in hopes of making a killer video. And I don't think they mean, I think they mean like metaphorically killer video. I don't think they mean like real killer. I'm going to see if I can add a little light over here. Hang on a second. There we go. And make it a little bit brighter. So after a night of drinking with this gregarious and mysterious Mr. Director, the band wakes up to find a different version of him on set. Egos and opinions clash, and the director unveils an uncompromising need for control. After a brief altercation, the band takes a break and thinks about returning home, but they decide they've come too far to turn back, and now they return to film. One by one, the director lures them into the performance space to torture them and make them stars in his snuff music video. Why is this so long? Why they told us the entire story? I understand you want to give a good enough story that makes the audience want to go see it. But you gave us the whole damn story right there. Why did they do that? But anyways, you could see down here, because there's no faces, it's an unknown cast. But it is coming out Thursday, and it looks like it'll be in a couple different AMC theaters in Southern California. Not too many. But if it's just going to be in a couple, that tells me it'll probably be available streaming somewhere, maybe the same night, if not maybe Friday or something. But Director's Cut, directed by, well, it doesn't even say who directed it. It just got their names down there. But anyways, hour and 30 minutes. It's coming out Thursday. That is that's like, there's not much else coming out. There's that. I think there's there's one other here. A movie called He Never Left, which, let's see. Oh, they have this one here has a good length for their description here. So let's take a look at this one. There it is. He Never Left. Hour and 29 minutes. Hour and a half. The other one was an hour 30. This is an hour and 29. Hour and a half is a perfect amount of time for a horror movie. 2 hours, two and a half hours, way too long unless you have a damn good story. I don't need to see people getting murdered straight for 2 or 3 hours. An hour and a half of craziness or slasher or whatever is plenty. But so this one, you got a killer wearing a mask in front of a motel. I mean, you got a font that's almost reminiscent of like the Halloween font there. So it's a pretty cool looking poster, good throwback kind of style artwork there. Directed by James Morris. Don't know who that is. But this says Gabriel, a federal fugitive on the run. Somebody needs to teach these people how to fucking type. The last one, they told us the whole damn movie. This one, they say a fugitive on the run. Redundant. Redundant. Why? Anyways, maybe somebody should help these people out. These indie filmmakers, get some help. A federal fugitive on the run. Like, no shit, huh? You're a fugitive, but you're not on the run? Like, yeah. Anyways, I'm nitpicking now. Federal fugitive on the run after a botched robbery takes refuge in an old motel to avoid the U.S. Marshals who are hot on his trail. I'm glad that they have let us know that he's a fugitive, he's on the run, and they're hot on his tail. What a waste of a sentence. However, after hearing disturbing noises coming from an adjoining room, he and his girlfriend inadvertently become the targets of the brutal and notorious pale-faced killer whose reputation has gripped the local community in fear for decades. I mean, it sounds like something I'd probably check out. And if it's popping up at an AMC theater, I'll go see it. I got to pass. So let's see here. So it's going to be at the Lemley. That's not a big. It's not a big theater. So it doesn't look like it's going to be, well, at least Friday, not at any AMCs. No. So it's going to be a very small release at one theater. So this will be another movie that we'll be looking for on demand. He never left. So couple movies coming out this week, but it doesn't look like you have to go to theaters to see them at all. So what is coming out in theaters then? I don't think there's really anything. Something Bloody Beggar. Let's see. Is this actually going to hit theaters? It says hitting theaters on October 31st, but there's no theaters listed. So it says a beggar's life takes an unexpected turn when a misadventure upends his daily routine. Can he navigate the bizarre, witty situations that follow? Bloody Beggar. Yeah, I don't know. Not much coming out this week. So what are you going to do? You're going to stay home. You're going to watch some movies. I got my list here from stuff that John and I was talking about. And like Kevin Bacon said on a little video that this is one of his favorites. So I've owned it. I just haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I've owned this, and John mentioned this, so I'm going to check Reeker out. And then like Grim Reaper, I'll probably watch that too. So I've got those. I've got other movies on the list that I need to check out. And I'm still trying to get to Rec. I pulled Rec out and was going to get through that franchise, and then I just got sidetracked and never got back to it. So, man, I got a lot to catch up on here. A lot to watch. The sequel, director's cut extended version. Is this a sequel or something? Is this director's cut a sequel? Or are you kidding, Kevin? Your atmosphere and your movie library is very cool. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I changed my lighting a little bit, and I used to have lights like right back there that went up and over. And instead of those, because they were like Christmas light style, I just got that band of lights up there at the very top that goes right in front of the Funko Pops. And as far as lighting, like when I turn off all the lights in the room, the big white lights and stuff to sit and watch movies with the little, red, little kind of low lights for just like whatever you call it, ambience or whatever. It's perfect, but I feel like I need something more going on over here. I need a little more. You know what? And I saw on Amazon recently, and I'm surprised it wasn't that much. It was like $35, but they had like one of those neon light signs of like the Punisher. It was like the Punisher sign. I think it was like maybe about like that big or something. That would be pretty cool over there. I don't know where I'd put it, but I need something else. I need something else going on that side. A lot over here, not much over there. So I'll have to figure that out. But thanks, Luther. Yeah, I like to make it kind of fun, especially in the background and stuff for the videos. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I was okay. Glad you got the AMC A list. It's awesome. Yeah, man. I just wish there was an AMC closer to me. The nearest AMC is really, well, the one I went to the other day took me like 45 minutes to get there. It's not even 30 miles, but there's no freeway there. So it's stoplight for 30 miles. There's another one that's further that would be about like easily 45 minutes, but I knew that one was going to be way more crowded. So I was like, I'm not going to go over there. But you know what's funny too, Robert? I meant to mention, you posted a picture of like some coffee and cannolis. Man, when I was out walking around Redlands today, I walked by, I found a cannoli store over there. I was like, no way. And then like 2 storefronts down, there was like another pastry shop. And then a couple storefronts down after that, there was like an ice cream shop where they were actually making the ice cream. They had the big thing, like spinning it all up and everything. I was like, oh my God, I was over there dying. I was dying. But I had a cup of coffee. Forget what it was, like something coconut, something, whatever. But there was a nice coffee shop down there too. But I avoided the pastries and the cannolis. But man, those cannolis you posted a picture of looked great. Daniel, what's going on? Just got Joker 2 on digital. Nice. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to worry about it, but I hope you enjoy it. Cocotina, what's up? What movies do you recommend to see at the movie theater in November? It's going to start getting more cold. Yes. No, you know what? That's a good idea. There's not much coming out this week. We could take a look and see what is coming out next month. That's a good idea. Let me see here. I'll pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick here. Because there are some throughout the remainder of the year, there are some good movies coming out. Okay, so we're through this week here. Let me get to so next week we have so not this week, but next week you have Heretic coming out, and that one. Let me just pull it up here. And so the first week in November, you have Heretic. There it is. 2 young gun missionaries are forced to prove their faith when they knock on the wrong door and are greeted by a diabolical Mr. Reed, played by Hugh Grant, becoming ensnared in his deadly game of cat and mouse. I think, watching the trailer, I think it looks pretty good. But now I've kind of heard some like early reviews that are not so good, but I don't know. I don't know that Hugh Grant has ever done a role like this before. So I'm excited about it. I think it looks pretty good. But the Heretic, or I don't think it's the Heretic, I just think it's Heretic coming out. Well, here, look at Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 93 right here. So maybe I was maybe they were yanking my chain a little bit or something there, but early results got it at a 93. So a Heretic you got coming out, and then let's see, the other ones that I'm looking forward to are and so the following weekend then you have open this. Where'd it go? Oh no, wait, maybe is that? So you got this weekend is the first, following weekend. Why does this say coming out? Open in theaters November 10th. Huh? Now it has to be like the 9th or the 8th. But the following week, you have. Well, maybe it's the same weekend. I don't know. This is weird the way they've got this. But Red 1. I'm not too excited about this, but let's get down here. Oh, they don't even have a lot of information on it yet. That's interesting. But it's got The Rock. It's got Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, and J.K. Simmons. Red 1. And I think it's, it says here, after a villain kidnaps Santa from the North Pole, an elf, extremely large and formidable operative, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, must partner with the world's most accomplished tracker, Chris Evans, to find Santa and save Christmas. So it's a family PG-13 save Santa Claus movie there. So you got those two. That one, I don't know. It looks kind of hokey, but I mean, if you're looking for something just kind of fun, it might be a fun adventure movie. Let's see here. So, but as far as horror movies, let's see when the next big one is coming up. Well, and you got Wicked, which I don't give two shits about, coming up in November. I don't know. The one, I wouldn't go see Wicked as it was, but that the girl that plays the Wicked Witch, it just fuck off. You can't take criticism. Don't be an actor. You don't want to get criticized. Go get a job as like a Walmart greeter or something that doesn't involve people giving two shits about what you do. If you can't take criticism, you cannot be in the spotlight. And this girl, man, I'm telling you that the way she reacted about people with fan art and stuff, I have no desire to support that movie at all now after that actress acted like that. But so let's see here. Oh, this one looks interesting. And I had forgotten about this, but Night Bitch. And I don't know how much of a theatrical release this is going to get, but this looked good. Well, and it's Amy Adams, so I would imagine it's going to be pretty wide release. But that's December 6th. So I guess really you just got like one or two movies coming out the rest of November. But Night Bitch, if you haven't seen the trailer for that yet, it looks pretty fun. And it says a woman, Amy Adams, pauses her career to be a stay-at-home mom seeking a new chapter in her life and encounters just that when her maternal routine takes a surreal turn. The trailer or the teaser or whatever I saw a while back looked pretty good. So I am looking forward to this on December 6th. And then Werewolves. And I think that's the same weekend. So that'll be a double feature for me. I'll go see probably Night Bitch and then Werewolves the same night. And the Werewolves looks really good. In Werewolves, a supermoon event has triggered a latent gene in every human on the planet, turning anyone who entered the moonlight into a werewolf for that one night. Chaos ensued and close to 1 billion people died. Now, a year later, the supermoon is back. So it's kind of like a werewolf movie of The Purge. And that's what I've heard that. People have said it's kind of like The Purge, but with werewolves. And that's got Frank Grillo, Lou Diamond Phillips. So that should be pretty fun. That's the good-looking Werewolves. The other one, Wolfman, which has Julia Garner, who's great. The trailer for that doesn't look so good, but that one comes out in January. So, but then Kraven the Hunter. I don't know. A lot of people are thinking Kraven's going to bomb. The trailer for Kraven looks great to me. I'm very excited to see Kraven the Hunter. And that's what is that a Marvel movie, I think? But it says Kraven the Hunter is the visceral, action-packed origin story of how and why one of Marvel's most iconic villains came to be. Aaron Taylor Johnson plays Kraven, a man whose complex relationship with his ruthless father, Nikolai Kravinoff, played by Russell Crowe, starts him down a path of vengeance with brutal consequences, motivating him to become not only the greatest hunter in the world, but also one of its most feared. So Kraven, I don't know. Just as a fan of adventure kind of movies like that, it looks pretty good. And then you got Sonic the Hedgehog coming out also. So there's a few things in December, but I think we got one more big one coming out in December before the end of the year, A Complete Unknown. Nosferatu. There it is. Yeah, Nosferatu comes out on Christmas Day, on December 25th. So is a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. And this has got Bill Skarsgård, Willem Dafoe's in this, right? I don't see him. Oh yeah, there he is, Willem Dafoe. And look at that, Christopher Columbus. So anyways, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good movie. I'm looking forward to that one. So there's a few movies coming up the rest of the year, but I think really one in November that I really care about. Unfortunately, December is where it's at though. Recently watched Wolf Creek. That movie was brutal. Well, Daniel, Wolf Creek was okay, but Wolf Creek 2, I liked Wolf Creek 2 a lot better than the first Wolf Creek. Cracking open another Diet Coke. After this one, I got the bottle of water, but I had this Diet Coke with dinner before I logged on here. So I'm still trying to do like one water, one soda to kind of not have so much, because man, I used to drink a lot of Diet Coke. It's getting less, but it's still probably too much. Kevin, he's in OGP World right now. What? Kevin, no, it's a joke. Did I miss something? Oh, it's a joke. Your director's cut. Okay. Okay, gotcha. My bad. Sometimes I just I get in these little rants, or I get on a roll there, and it takes me a while to come back. Yeah, dude, you need some neon in that room. Yeah, that would be cool, right? A little neon action over there. That would be great. I seen it at the movie earlier this month. Really liked it. Wolf Creek. Oh, and nice. Yeah, Wolf Creek's good. But if you haven't seen it, check out Wolf Creek 2, because they're making a 3 coming up, and I'm looking forward to that. DG, what up, DG? Yeah, me and Rachel got some cannolis this morning, and it was my first time trying frozen coffee. Never had it before, but it was so good. Rachel told me about the frozen coffee. Frozen or like iced coffee? Or was it frozen, like blended, or was it like ice cubes in there? I've heard of iced coffee, and then I've heard of like the frappes and stuff, frappuccinos or whatever. But I'm down with it all, man. If it's got caffeine in it, sign me up. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 comes out in December. Yeah, and to me, that's not something. I mean, maybe I'll go see it, but I don't think so. But I know it's got a big following, so we'll see. No, you're welcome, Cocotina, and then hopefully, so. Man, I know everybody loves, and people have been asking about Vegas videos when I'm going to get back out there. There was a chance that I was going to be out there like this week or whatever, but that's not going to happen. Just think too many things going on, Halloween creeping up. And then with my daughter coming into town, it's not going to happen before we go into production. And then after production, so we go to, and this will be fun because we wrap 15, 16, something like that. And then about like a week later, I'm flying out to New York, so I'll have daily videos from New York. I'll do a video of my adventure for the day, and I'll edit it that night and upload it the next morning. I'll try to do a live stream from New York from somewhere. We'll see. We got tickets to go to the top, all the way to the crown of. Is it the crown? I don't think you can get to go up to the hand, to like the flame thing, but at least up to the crown of the Statue of Liberty, and I'm going to go see some shows and stuff. So going to have a blast in New York. Looking forward to that. So I'll have a video every day from New York that I'll shoot and then record, upload the next morning. But and then come back from that, and then boom, it's in December. So I think it's probably going to be at least into December before I get back out to Vegas. And Matt's sister is getting married in November. So I think he'll be out of town, because I think she's getting married down like in the Florida Keys or in the Bahamas or something like that. So Matt's going to be gone and in like a tropical setting for a while anyways. But I mean, Matt doesn't have to be in Vegas for me to go to Vegas, but it makes, for a fairly convenient place to stay. And getting to hang out with Matt and everything too. It's not like I just, use the Chateau de Matt to just post up, but it's always fun staying with him. Hey, on my week off because of Halloween, yay, nice, very cool. Here's a Star Wars parody character I came up with years ago. We me one cannoli. I can't even say that. Omi Wan Kenobi. Oh, is that Omi Wan Kenobi instead of Obi-Wan Kenobi? Obi-Wan Cannoli. Nice, very cool, man. Hey, I'm down. So in Boston, they got a play. In Boston, they got this place over there. And it's I think it's Mike's. I think was the name of it. Mike's Cannolis, and man, I got some good cannolis there. But yeah, you know, man, you go to New York, you go to Boston, they got some great cannolis. And so, man, maybe I have to get a Robert to drag me over next time I'm in Dallas to check out wherever he came up on the cannolis. Let's see. Speaking of Robert, he just sent me a message here. Oh, he sent me the a Blockbuster light. That's a pretty cool thing. So look at that, Robert. I'm mentioning stuff, and Robert's out there doing homework. Oh man. Sometimes Rotten Tomatoes gives a movie a good review when it comes out officially. Their review rating drops. Yet no, the experts and the fans a lot of times are very different on the movies, and yeah, and the experts can be very, very different when it comes out. White Trash Jedi, what up? Let's see. It sounds corny. What sounds corny? Oh, we're probably talking about one of the movies I was talking about there, because I'm probably 10 minutes behind in the comments. My bad. OGP doesn't like Wicked. He's green with envy. Yes, green with envy. I don't think I've ever seen I think there was like a Wicked movie a while back, whatever. I thought that was John Travolta. Oh, what in the picture? Oh, that's funny. Let's see. We watched the old Nosferatu. I don't know, is it Nosferatu or Nosferatu? I've heard people say it both ways. The 1922 one last night. Looking forward to the new one. Hopefully it's decent. Yeah, you know what? And I've seen the original one a few years ago, but it's a trip. That original one from 1922. It's a trip, man. That, I mean, they, you know, you think of horror movies and stuff. 1922 movies are you know, goofy and with the music, you know, the piano stuff and all that. So the original one from way back then was very, very kind of cutting edge at the time. But yes, I hope it's got Willem Dafoe, man, and it seems like almost everything Willem Dafoe touches turns to gold. So fingers crossed that it's good. That name came up from the 90s. What'd you expect? Are you talking about Omi-Wan Cannoli? Larry doesn't like Wicked either. There you go. I'm not alone. Perfect. Craven has a lot of potential. Could be good. I hope so. And here's the thing. So going back, and I think I've made my review private because I got so much shit for it. But when Morbius came out, I didn't know who Morbius was because I'm not the huge comic book fan. I mean, I like some comics and stuff, you know, like, hey, I'm loving the shit out of the Penguin show. If y'all haven't been watching the Penguin show, wow, possibly my favorite, like Marvel, DC, like comic superhero kind of show ever. I mean, it's right up there with Daredevil season 2. It's like right up there. So I'm trying to think of another like superhero show. There's other shows that I like better. Sopranos, Breaking Bad. But I mean, the Penguin is pushing the envelope. It is getting close to being as good as those. It is very good. So, you know, I've been watching that. But as far as Craven goes, I didn't know. Just like Morbius, I didn't know who these characters were. So for me, when I went into Morbius, I was looking at it as like a vampire movie. And I know a lot of people were like, oh, you know, the comics and this, it's wrong. This is wrong. That's wrong. It got a lot of hate because people just hate on Jared Leto, you know, and all that. Fine. All that's fine. I get it. But for me, I didn't hate the movie. I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay. And so maybe a lot of people might not like Craven because it doesn't line up with the comic books or whatever, but I am not the guy. I'm never going to be the guy that's like, oh, well, the book does this. And I give John shit all the time because John's like, well, it's not the book. I'm like, I don't want to fucking see the book. If I wanted the book, I'd read the book. And, you know, or if I already read the book, I want to see somebody else's interpretation of the book and put into a movie. I don't need to see the same thing. If I know what to expect, then it's going to be boring as shit. I want to see something unique. And so I don't care. I'm never going to be the guy that's like, oh, match comic book. So I'm okay, and I don't care. And I'm not going to go do any Craven homework. I'm going to go into the theater. I'm going to sit down and watch that movie, and I hope I enjoy it. But we'll see. We shall see. Let's see here. Craven the Hunter was always fighting Spider-Man in the comic books. Okay, interesting. I did not know that, Larry. I hope woke horror movies disappear. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Make movies great again. There you go. Make movies great again. Seb, what's up? What scary movie would you recommend that's appropriate to watch with 10 to 13-year-old kids on Netflix or Amazon? Ooh. That's a good one. A horror movie that you could watch with kids. Let me pull up. How far behind am I? I'm 9 minutes. Let me pull up Amazon Prime real quick. And I'll just kind of dive into, oh no, that's Primetime Signatures. Prime Video. There we go. Sign up. What are you talking about? Sign up. I'm already signed up. Come on now. Where's? And I don't even have my profile on there. Huh. Okay. Let's just go back here. No. Oh, this thing's being a butt. It's being a butt. Sorry. I'm trying to pull up Amazon Prime, but for whatever reason, my profile wasn't on there, like my wife's, the kids, everybody else's was. And I was trying not to alter their searches. Well, I'll just do that one. Okay. Come on now. Okay, so here we go. Horror movies on Prime. A lot of people haven't said it's the greatest, but Five Nights at Freddy's is you could watch that with kids that age. I guess the question is, because some kids do good with horror movies. Some kids are like, it gives them nightmares and stuff. So you kind of got to be careful. Trying to think of stuff. And see, for me, I was watching horror movies as a young kid. So, I mean, Lost Boys is on there. That's a great one. And the kids could do that. Oddities kind of tough. Wrong Turns. They're kind of tough. Constantine's not that bad. That's on there. Man, a lot of them are very, very. Halloween 3 is on Prime. And that, I mean, because the interaction there, like with the kids and stuff, that they may find that fun. Man, I'm looking. They're all pretty rough. The Thing is on Amazon Prime. I think The Thing is not, because it's not like nudity, it's not rape, it's not any really gory, violent stuff. It's more mystery. The Thing would be a good one. And Sinister. I mean, hey, if you're trying to jack up your kids, Sinister or Sinister 2. But I really, for a 10 to 13-year-old, I probably wouldn't go that route. An American Penis in London's on there if you want your kids seeing a penis flopping around. So I probably wouldn't go that route. The Witch is a good one with Anya Taylor-Joy. The Witch is on there. That's a great one that you could do with the kids. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Willy's Wonderland. Man, I hated that movie, but you could probably go with kids on that. Return of the Living Dead, because that's, I mean, I guess there's a little nudity in that, but the Return of the Living Dead is not that bad because it's when it's creatures that aren't really believable. You it's a little easier. The Exorcists, directed by Master Chaos, directed by my good friend Mr. Jose Prendez, aka Master Chaos. The Exorcists with an S is on there. You could definitely watch that with kids. His kids sat at the premiere and watched it. Let's see here. I'm just still kind of like scrolling through. I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's kind of like Scream or Dr. Sleep. That might be a good one. Dr. Sleep might be a good one. Or Tales of Halloween. I don't think Tales of Halloween is too bad. Ooh, or Stephen King's Silver Bullet. There you go. You could do Silver Bullet. So there's a lot on there that you could do with kids. There's plenty that you could pick from. And for me, see, I think when I think of kids, I want to avoid nudity. I want to avoid things that is really going to scar them mentally. Like I think were we adding a G to everything? So if we add a G, we don't want to, because we don't want to use the words. I wouldn't want kids to see grape scenes. Ghost Ship is pretty good. Let's see here. Haunt is 10 might be tough on Haunt. 13-year-old, you're kind of getting to that age where Haunt may be kind of fun. And then Haunt is, like going to a haunted house. The Collector's pretty rough. Texas Chainsaw, The Resort. The Invisible, does the Invisible Man have nudity? I don't know. The Invisible Man's not too bad. Let's see. Idle Hands. Definitely do Idle Hands. And Creepshow, Maximum Overdrive. You could probably do Maximum Overdrive or even Pumpkinhead. I mean, Pumpkinhead's not bad. I would be fine showing Pumpkinhead to like a 10-year-old. Maybe I'm just sick and twisted. I don't know. But yeah, there's a few on there. Hopefully I gave you some ideas of, a few things you could check out. Let's see here. There's a lot that's pretty, when you could watch with them, Antrim. I think, you know what? Maybe I'm misremembering that. I don't know about Antrim. Yeah, I'm still scrolling through. I'm kind of looking here, but hopefully got a few good ideas at all that. Because it just depends. For me, my daughter said her and her friends wanted to watch a scary movie. So I gave them shit. What's the name of that movie I gave them? The Devil. I Saw the Devil. She said she wanted to watch something really scary. So I was like, okay, here you go. I gave him I Saw the Devil. It was her and her two friends. About 15 minutes in, the two friends left. They went home. And my daughter's like, we're good. So it just depends. And at the time, I think they were all like 17 or 18. So it wasn't like they were 10 or 13. So I guess it just depends on what you're going to do. But I think The Witch with Anya Taylor-Joy might be a good one. But there's a few on there. There's a few. What's your favorite candy? Man, that's a tough question. That is a tough question, Larry. I do enjoy a good Milky Way bar. I like Milk Duds. Definitely not my favorite. Hard to say right now because I'm trying to avoid candy. I don't remember the last time I had candy actually. The last couple times I've gone to the theater, I didn't get candy. Try not to. So I don't know. That's a tough question. I heard Wolf Creek is banned in us. Well, it's from Australia. It was made in Australia, and Wolf Creek 2 is down there, and that's where Wolf Creek 3 is. But they're good. They're good. I hope the election's not stolen, Antonis. Frozen coffee. It was like blended. Okay, so probably like a frappuccino, like a frappe or something. Larry's excited for Hedgehog 3. Cool. live stream from Yankee Stadium, right? Yeah. Um, hey, the season's going to be over by the time I get there, so there won't be no reason to go to Yankee Stadium. You come to visit me, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be in New York City. I'm gonna be in New York City, homeboy. Wait until Days of the Dead weekend. To go out there. That's probably a good idea. Is probably just holding off till Days of the Dead. But I mean, you never know. Who knows? It just depends on what I got going on in December after I get back in town. But definitely need to be out there. Days of the Dead. And this is I got the Scream Funko, and that's what I'm thinking. I got to get Roger Jackson on that, and then maybe I just leave this as is, or do I add Roger Jackson to this and get somebody else like Nev or somebody else on the Scream Funko? But it's Ghostface, so I'd want somebody that played Ghostface, and Nev hasn't. But I mean, Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, I could get one of those guys on the Funko. So I'm not sure. Right now I don't know, but I think it would look cool as shit if Roger Jackson signed it up here or like over here or something. So to have Lee Waddell and Roger Jackson on there would be very cool. But I don't know. Talking about conventions though. Oh man, Creep I.E is starting their announcements, which are okay. But they've also started the announcements for the Palm Springs retro Palm Springs. I forget exactly what they call it, but man, they start off with what's her name from Saved by the Bell and the like stripper movie, whatever that was. And I was talking to Nick, and he's like, "Just wait, like that is like the tip of the iceberg." So we'll see. Lots of great announcements going on over there, Creep I.E and Retro Palm Springs. If you like pastrami, hit up Cat's Deli for a sandwich. Okay. And that's, what, man, I've been to New York a million times, and every time we go, we always have to try some new food and stuff. And I don't know. Can't remember if I've been to Cat's. It sounds familiar. That name sounds very familiar. Matt Mamet is a G. He's going to become a famous movie star one day. He's got his own look down pat. He is definitely doing his own thing. Not out here, trying to change his, ways or anything to impress people. Matt is just being Matt, and he's a great dude. Some more power to him. OGB, did you ever eat pumpkin donuts by the brand Entenmann's? No, because I'm not a fan of pumpkin spice stuff or like pumpkin flavored stuff. I've seen them. I've seen those in the store, but I've not had them. I feel that most new horror movies in this year, not even scary anymore. So here's the thing. And John and I talked about that last night. Horror movies, there's not many that are scary. I mean, like The Conjuring 2, there's some pretty good stuff there. Like Sinister, there's some pretty good moments there. But as far as just good horror movies, The Substance, Late Night with the Devil, Speak No Evil, there's been some good stuff that has come out this year. There has been some good ones, but we're definitely not in the golden era of like the 70s or 80s. Now we had Saw X come out last year, and I think next year or the following, whenever Saw 11 is going to come out, looking forward to that. The Saw movies are usually pretty good, so there are some good horror movies that have come out, but just not like on the level of like the 80s, that's for sure. The picture I sent you of the Blockbuster sign, it lights up. If I send you something to your PayPal, would you get it put up in your? I'll definitely do that. That would be dope, and we'll make What Movie One jealous, Robert. You don't have to do that, but man, it would be cool if you did, and we'll definitely get a spot for it back there. Morbid, the comic was dope back in the 90s. Marvel ruined it. Oh, we're talking about like Morbius. Marvel ruined it with the movie. Could have been so good. See, and that's where I don't know anything about the comic, and that's where okay, and Morbius, you're saying. So if I did, maybe that would have like influenced or changed my opinion on it. And that's what I got a lot of grief for what I said when I came out of the movie. So I was like, we'll just make that video private. I'm done getting yelled at. The only way I know of Craven and Morbius is from Spider-Man cartoon of the 90s. Okay. I didn't even know there was a Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s. I mean, but it just tells you I was a little preoccupied. Monster Squad is Monster Squad for kids. Yeah, there you go. Monster Squad. That's a good one. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I watched that with my daughter a few years ago. That would be a good one. Yes, Kevin Hampton. Good call. Scary Stories. That is a good one. Yes. Let's see here. I heard the Borderlands movie sucked. I don't know. I've not seen any Borderlands movies. I've never even played the game. Thanks for recommendation. No, by all means, and this is just, I'm not the expert, but I'm just a fan. And, from things that I've watched and stuff I've seen, it's, and I've watched a lot of horror movies, like, with my daughters and stuff. So, and that's, I've been to several movies with my daughter, when I go down to like San Diego and see her, when she has a little time off in the Navy and we go see a movie and stuff. I think we saw Quiet Place day one. No good. And I don't remember what else we saw together, but we've seen some decent stuff, at times. Killer Clowns. You could definitely go with Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And I can't remember if that was on there or not. But that's a good one for sure. The Witch is underrated, but pretty creepy. The Witch is a very good movie. It's slow. It's a slow burn at times. But it's good, man. That movie, The Witch, is very good. I just got here. Start over. Okay, hold on a second. Fluffy just got here. We got to start over. Okay, did you get all that? There you go. We just had to catch Fluffy up there. Fluffy does like turtles. Larry, have yourself a good night, homeboy. Thanks for hanging out with us for a while. Fluffy is in the house. And he does indeed like turtles. OGP, have you seen Late Night with the Devil? Late Night with the Devil is amazing. Fluffy and I saw it together right before he moved out to Texas. And we loved it. It was phenomenal. It is on my list of movies to get, but it has been, I don't think I got it yet. Let me just make sure that I haven't picked it up. H-I-J-K-L. Late. I don't think I got it. If I got it, it would be way up there, and I can't find it. But I don't think I picked it up yet. I think it was still kind of expensive, but I do definitely want to get a copy of Late Night with the Devil. Absolutely loved it. I thought that is Late Night with the Devil and Speak No Evil and The Substance are like top 3 this year. Oh, yeah. You know what? Fluffy knows. Okay, so probably my favorite candy, the strawberry Charleston Chews. And man, damn you, Zia Records, for discontinuing those. That was like my little treat. I would go walk around Zia Records and I would slave over my list looking for movies for like 2 hours, walking around that store, Zia Records, looking for movies. And then I would walk up to the register and I would pay for my movies and I would get a strawberry Charleston Chew. And it was phenomenal. And I would eat that in the car on the way to our next destination. And they stopped carrying the strawberry Charleston Chews at Zia Records. And it frustrates the living heck out of me. But I do love a good Charleston Chew. Though that's a solid candy bar right there. OGP gets moist for candy corn. Oh, I know. I do. I'll tell you what. Drew Marvick. If you guys don't follow Drew Marvick on Instagram, Drew is the director of Pool Party Massacre, and they just made a Pool Party Massacre 2. I don't think it's out yet, but Pool Party Massacre, and which I have right here. Drew gave me a copy. I did not have to buy this. This is pretty badass, but I forgot to ask him to sign it. So one of these days, I got to take this back to Drew and have him sign it. But Drew Marvick, the director of this here Pool Party Massacre movie, which is pretty damn fun. It's pretty fun. He put up a video making Butterfinger fudge or something. I can't remember what they called it, but it didn't have Butterfingers in it. Supposedly it just tasted like Butterfingers. But he melted candy corn, peanut butter, that canned milk, like uncondensed sweetened milk or whatever. Melted all that up and in a pot, mix it up, heated it up, melted it, and then added I think like chocolate, like white chocolate chips to it, and then maybe something else, and then cooked it and made this like candy corn kind of fudge that looks pretty damn good. And pardon me, I would like to try that. I'm thinking I might have to try and whip up a batch of that at home. So maybe one of these days I'll do that, and we could do a live stream making candy corn fudge. It might be fun. For kids, maybe Critters. Yeah, Eight-Legged Freaks. I've not seen that one, but Critters you could probably go with. Cat's Deli is where Meg Ryan does. Oh, that's right, and that's why I know it. Yes. So House of G fam. So my wife, like Meg Ryan was like her favorite actress, and that's why I have a poster of Sleepless in Seattle over here, and I have Tom Hanks' autograph, and of all the movies I could have got Tom Hanks' autograph on, or even like Band of Brothers or what Saving Private Ryan. But out of everything Tom Hanks has done, I have his autograph on a 11x14 picture of him with the kid from Sleepless in Seattle. The first time that we ever went to New York, we took the celebrity bus ride around New York. And it's funny because we didn't know what we know now about Bill Cosby at that time. And we went to like the Cosby house, but we went to the Ghostbusters, the fire station there. We went and saw where Madonna lived and where Jerry Seinfeld lives, and so many different like celebrities apartments, like where Bruce Willis had an apartment. Trying to remember some of the other sites we saw, but we went to the bookstore that Meg Ryan owned in You've Got Mail. It's You've Got Mail, right? I think it's You've Got Mail, where she owns that little bookstore. And then, Tom Hanks, bigger company, comes in and like is killing her business and stuff. But one of the things we also saw was that deli from there. And then we had to go back and check it out after the tour and everything. So that's right. So that's why it is familiar. So we've been there before. But yeah, good stuff. Man, what a funny scene. And it's funny you mentioned that, because I just recently saw an interview they were interviewing Billy Crystal, and he was talking about seeing, I guess, the premiere. Princess Diana, I guess, was at the premiere for that. And I guess she was laughing like so hysterically at that scene. And Billy Crystal said that she laughed like such a goofy, weird laugh that if he was dating a girl that did that, he would probably break up with her after that, or something, or like wouldn't have a second date or something like that. But that interview was freaking hysterical. But what a legendary, epic like scene. One of like great comedies in When Harry Met Sally, right? Such a great one. Oh yeah, and you would say that on there, When Harry Met Sally. Yeah, funny, hilarious movie. Without spoiling, are there any kills in Terrifier 3 that are sad and goes too far? I think so. Yes. Antonis, I do think so. And Master Chaos and I both think there are. Finally, bought the Bride of Chucky doll from NECA website yesterday for a late birthday present. Very cool. Nice. I know I don't have to do that, but I do want to. I'll send you something PayPal Thursday. Well, you rock, sir. You rock. You're freaking legend, Robert. Love you, man. And yeah, a Blockbuster thing, man, we'll put that up right there in the background. That'd be awesome. And did you hear there was like a rumor going around that the last Blockbuster in Oregon was going to close? And I can't talk and type anymore. I just can't. So okay. So there's it says the last Blockbuster is not closing. I'm gonna try and find their website. Okay, so it's Bend Blockbuster. So let's just pull this up. Oops. Present, share screen, Blockbuster. And there we go. So here's the last Blockbuster website, and it's bendblockbuster.com. Recent announcements. Looks like they have some shirts. Oh, that's look at that shirt. That's pretty cool. Until the Bitter End shirt with a giant bug coming over the top of it. That's cool. And I don't think I bought any merch there. I know Wet Movie 1 got some merch. But I think I just bought like a movie or two or something. But yeah, nothing on here about it closing, but it's cool. They still have, their movies that you can go in there and rent and pick up. So Kinds of Kindness. Yeah. Harold Quiet Place Day 1. So, yep. It doesn't look like they're going anywhere. News releases. Let's see if they have anything about it. No, their news releases just about the movies. Oh, look, they have Before Dawn. From my good friends at Well Go USA. I did get some bummer news. I got some bummer news from the good folks over at Well Go USA. And I'm not hating on them at all because they've been so kind to us for so long. Well Go USA has discontinued sending out giveaway copies. So, and apparently most of the time I won't even get screeners anymore. I will just get a link to watch the movies and then talk about them. And so we won't be having any more Well Go USA giveaways. Kind of a bummer. But man, I know somewhere over here I have my Blockbuster card. I was gonna whip it out, but oh, you know what? It's in that little cup back there. Do you like to carve pumpkins? Yes, I do. I was kind of thinking about that. Maybe I'll do a live stream like Wednesday, doing a pumpkin carving live stream. We'll see about that. Maybe I will live stream pumpkin carving on Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Way Up Dude. What's up, Way Up Dude? Excuse me. What do you call a nanny with breast implants? Man, my nose is tickling the shit out of me right now. I'm trying to like casually itch it, but goddamn, I like a tweaker over here. Oh man, it's been like just. I keep talking about it. It's been like this for a while. A faux pair instead of a faux par. Is that faux par? Is that what's the real one? Faux par, but it's a faux pair. Oh man, and now I can't even remember how that really is. A faux pas, right? Faux pas. Fuck, I don't know, but there you go. A faux pair. So it's a faux par. No, I don't know. A faux pair. Is it faux pair? Is that I don't know. Anyways, your joke is hysterical, Way Up, dude. But you threw me off here. How's the G-Fam? We have been up there to the last Blockbuster before. It's great, like a living time capsule. Yes, and when Fluffy and Wet Movie 1 and I went up there, man, what a legendary epic trip. We had such a great time going up there to Oregon and checking that out, and then seeing Fluff's dad, and then going to the Goondocks and everything. Man, that was an epic trip that, usually like you hear people talking about, oh, we need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this. That was one of those trips that like Fluffy and Wet Movie 1 and I, was like, we need to do this. We need to do this. We need this. But we really did it. And then on the way back, we went to Brownsville, Oregon, and saw a lot of filming locations from Stand By Me, which looked very similar to what they did in the movie. So that was pretty cool. And then, like 2 weeks later, I went back, or a week and a half later, I went back with my wife and went to the train bridge from Stand By Me, and went back up to the Oregon Blockbuster, and then back to the Goondocks because my wife wanted to go see that stuff. So that was fun. I've been up there twice. It's a very cool place. The owner of Blockbuster just announced the rumors. Blockbuster is going nowhere. Good to know. Au pair. A pair of boobies. Is that what we're talking about? Black Bear, what's up? Good to see you. Is the House October built worth watching? It is. And the sequel. But do not watch the sequel till you've seen the first one, because the sequel will spoil the shit out of the first one. But I love those movies. I own them, but I still haven't got them back from my sister-in-law yet. So I need to get those back. But I Love those movies. If you another movie like that is the movie Haunt. Very good movie. Or Hell House LLC, kind of along those lines. But out of all those, the Houses October Built was my favorite. Love that movie. It is like a perfect movie for Halloween. So yes, 100% recommend checking it out. The Houses October Built is on Amazon. You can watch it on Prime right now for free if you don't have a copy. Check that out. Might be a little tough for kids though. That's some intense shit. Might be that's not maybe one that I would recommend. Just because, and I don't say that because you're going to be watching with kids. I'm just saying in general because we were kind of talking about movies with kids and stuff. I don't think I would watch that with kids, but that's a pretty damn good movie. It was a pretty damn good movie. Sean 420, what up? When will 2025 horror movies trailer start coming out? Well, I mean, the one for the Wolfman is already out. And beyond that, I'm not sure. Mr. Bones, what up, Mr. Bones? Au pair is like a nanny faux pas. Fuck, man. Houses 1 and 2 are awesome. Agreed. 1 and 2, but you cannot. There's some movies you can watch a sequel of before watching the first. I think Sinister. You could watch Sinister 2 before Sinister 1. Don't dare watch Houses October Built 2 before watching the first one, because the first 10-15 minutes of the movie, they flat out explain and spoil the first movie. So watch them in order. They are great movies. They are great movies. But man, look at that. Caught up on the comments. So man, talking about horror movies. What was the other one? So he said horror movie. What did you say, Seb? Horror movies for kids, or that you can watch with kids on Amazon, or what was the other one that we're talking about? Where'd it go? Oh, Netflix. Yep. So we got Netflix too. Netflix should have some good ones too. Let's look at Netflix. Nutfucks. Let's pull up the Nutfucks. The what? The Nutfucks. Sign in. Eat my butthole. Sign in. What are you talking about? I should be signed in already. Incorrect password? What? What kind of bullshit is this? Well, maybe I put the wrong email. My bad. I know I'm boring you. My bad. Let's try this. Oh, fuck off. I can't. All right. Apparently, I don't know how to log into Netflix, so I'm not doing that. I don't know why. I'm logged into it on the TV. I watch it on the fucking TV all the time. I don't know what happened to my computer over here. Did you watch Dark Ride? I have not. I don't think I've watched Dark Ride yet. Do I own Dark Ride? I don't remember. I don't think I did I? Dark Exorcism, Dark Mind, Dark Secrets, Dark Water. No. Have not. And have not watched it and don't own it. A gateway for horror fans for me was The Gate. Ooh, The Gate is a good one. If you can find that. Yeah, The Gate is a good one. You can watch that with kids. That's for sure. Should they make Art the Clown versus Freddy or other horror icon movie? Who would you make Art the Clown versus? I mean, Freddy'd probably be the right choice. And Art the Clown as a character, I like Art the Clown. Like I like Art the Clown, but the movies. I got it. You said I got it. Dark Ride, Dark City. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, I just didn't see it. Ha 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 ha. I'm glad you remembered. Oh, Dark Ride. Here we go. Let's see. The last ride you will ever take. Oh, Huh. I'll tell you what. I'll watch it tonight. Let's go on the top of the list. I will watch it tonight. It's 8 films to die for, a slasher in a theme park, or whatever you call that. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Let's see if I can read this. Sometimes the writing is too small, and I have to go all googly-eyed. Nearly a decade after 2 young girls were brutally murdered. They always say brutally murdered. The monstrous killer, Jonah, escapes from a mental institution and returns to his familiar killing ground, the theme park attraction Dark Ride. His unfortunate victims this time are a group of college kids on a road trip that inevitably leads them to the Dark Ride, where their night of youthful fun becomes a nightmare. The killer, who is mimicking the sets within the attraction, make sure this is a ride audience will never forget. Maybe I'm reading that wrong or something, and came out kind of goofy. College kids going to a like a carnival kind of thing, going on a ride and getting all slaughtered up. That sounds like fun. I'll check it out. I will check it out. Carnival setting like Ghoulies. Okay, nice. It has the guy that says "You're killing me, Smalls." From oh, nice. Okay, that's cool. I'm sure they would rather be nicely murdered than brutally murdered. I know. That's what it is. It's like funny. It's like saying, whatever it said. The guy who's on the run from the cops, who's also however they phrased it. Like my mind doesn't even work that way where I can be that redundant. But yeah, no, I mean, like, it's just funny. Every like indie or low budget horror movie, they always talk about, oh, the people were brutally murdered. I mean, you could be, I guess you could be like kind of casually murdered, but I guess, brutally works. But it always just, it makes the, when you read about it sound like, oh man, brutally murdered. It was crazy. So I get it. I'm not mad at it. I just think it's funny because you hear that word so much. I could probably pull like so many different movies off the list here. Let's see if this has the word brutal in it. This is a long one. It's got a lot of words. It's got too many words. I was trying to go and find a movie here that might not have a lot of words on the back and see if it talks about people getting brutally murdered. And of course, probably I won't be able to find them. And the two that I pull up have like a lot of fucking words. But anyway, so many movies that talk about getting brutally murdered. Let's see here. Fluffy is delicate like a flower. Be gentle. No, you're not delicate like a flower when you're getting killed. That's when you're getting your shit pushed in. Is when you're delicate like a flower. All set. Thanks for the super chat, homeboy. Appreciate that. Thanks for new recommendations. Going to try Lost Boys. Yeah. Lost Boys is a great one. You can do that with the kids. Critters and Netflix Stories to Tell in the Dark. Oh, there you go. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. That's a good one. That's a good one. So yeah, you should be fine with those. You should be fine with those. And I'm trying to think of others. See, and the thing for me is most of the time I go for like the stuff that's like really dark and twisted. I mean, another good one, if you want a vampire one, I think Near Dark would be safe for kids. It's pretty intense, but not like a lot of nudity or craziness like that. But like vampires, Near Dark would be a good one if you could find that. But yeah, a lot of the movies I got are like jacked up. Yeah. Wish I could think of more. For you. You could probably, if Phantasm, if you could find the first Phantasm too, that might be safe with the kids. Art casually murders in a brutal fashion. Yes. Casually, brutally. Yes. But Sep, thank you so much. I appreciate you right there. Scariest part in Lost Boys is when the guy with the saxophone starts playing, right? Hey, and you know what? And that guy with the saxophone, we saw him at Days of the Dead last year. So it was awkward. He was standing there by himself. Nobody was trying to get his autograph. What are you going to do? Yes, happily murdered. These people were happily murdered. Show the kiddos Little Monsters with Mandel. Yeah, you're definitely safe with Little Monsters. Definitely safe with that. Yeah. But man, I don't know why I can't log into Netflix over here. That's messed up. I wonder what oh yeah. May have something to do with the fact we got our Netflix hooked up through our Verizon account now, so we get Netflix for like half price. Got to watch commercials, but you get it for half price going through Verizon, and maybe that has something to do with that. What you gonna do? I don't know. But man, there's like right now, I'm probably gonna end up pretty soon getting rid of one of them, but we got Max, like HBO Max. There's some pretty good stuff there, but I gotta have that because I need the Penguin. But Max, Hulu, Netflix, Prime, no Prime, AMC Plus, because that includes Shutter, so that's good. But yeah, I got a lot of apps going on right now. I gotta get rid of some of them. Try and rein it back in. We canceled cable to save money, but I can't figure out. Can't figure out like what I don't know what I'm talking about. I lost my mind, lost my train of thought there. This is frustrating me that it's saying, oh, email or mobile number. Well, let me try and type in the number. Let's try that. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Can't do it. Can't do it. I tried, but I can't do it. What are you going to do? I don't know why. I used to log into Netflix over here on my computer, but it won't do it no more. I thought he was going to thrust that sax to death. Hey, man, he got down on that saxophone. He's the sax man. Have you ever heard of a murder on Halloween night? Like a real murder, not a Halloween prank. I think so. I think a couple of years ago, I want to say there was something happened, like in LA or something. That's interesting. Let's Google that, Antonis. Real murder on Halloween. So let's see here. True crime stories. This was from the 1950s. That's a long time ago. Infamous Halloween murders. Let's see here. We have a list. Sister Tadia Ben's Halloween murder, October 31st, 1981, in Amarillo, Texas. She got murdered by morning up from San Antonio. Man, Amarillo. A 76-year-old nun was found in her room in the convent she lived at lifeless. Johnny Frank Garrett, who lived across the street from the convent, was found guilty of sexually assaulting a 76-year-old. Come on now. Sexually assaulting a 76-year-old and then strangling her. That happened in 1981. Oh, here you go. A 16-year-old boy comes home to a true horror house on Halloween 2010. So just 14 years ago. Devin Griffin, 16 years old, came home after spending the night out, according to the report made by the Sandusky Register. So he's probably from Sandusky, Ohio. Devin began to search the house after noticing the eerie silence. He was then met with a gruesome scene as he found his stepfather lying in a pool of blood in his bed. Devin fled the scene and contacted his aunt, who contacted the authority. William Liskey, 24, Devin's stepbrother, had used a claw hammer, to bludgeon his father. Wow, so this dude killed his own father with a claw hammer. After the bludgeoning, there's a good word too. There's a good word. Well, bludgeoned. They were murdered, bludgeoned. They were bludgeoned to death. Liskey shot his stepbrother, Derek, who was 23, with the 22 caliber rifle, and did the same thing to his stepmother, Susan. So he killed his stepmom, his real dad, and his stepbrother. Wow. The one brother, Devlin, was lucky he wasn't home, man. He shot his stepmother, Susan, after sexually assaulting her. He sexually assaulted his stepmom and then shot her. Liskey pleaded guilty to 3 counts of aggravated murder, according to the Port Clinton News Herald. Sustained a self-inflicted wound in his jail in 2015. Oh, so sustained a self-inflicted wound, but doesn't say if he died. Liskey pleaded to 3 counts of aggravated murder, and according to Port Clinton News, he sustained a self-inflicted wound in his jail. But did that kill him? Where's Port Clinton? Because it says Sandusky Register and Port Clinton. Where? I don't know where Port Clinton is. But I think of like a sea city. Port Clinton is in Ottawa County, Ohio. Oh, so it's still in Ohio. Okay, so it was Ohio. Uh-oh. Woo! Had a sneeze come out of nowhere right there. So there's 2. Let's see. 1979. The final Toolbox Killer's victim. So they're really, I did not know there was a real Toolbox murderer. What? So I wonder if the Toolbox Massacre or Toolbox Murder, that's like based on a true story, I guess. Halloween 1979. Shirley Ledford was picked up in a van by 2 men who she thought were just kind strangers giving her a hitchhike home. Hey, dear all women on the face of the earth, just talking to the women right now. If it's Halloween night and 2 strangers pull up in a van to pick you up, don't just walk home or get on the phone, dial 911. Don't get in the van with 2 dudes. Lawrence Bittaker and Roy Norris were infamously known as the Toolbox Killers. Man, I think I own Toolbox Killers. Infamously known as Toolbox Killers, as they tortured their victims, teenage women in the Southern California region, with common household toolbox items such as pliers, hammers, and ice picks. What dickheads. Wow. After torturing Ledford, they disposed of her body on a stranger's lawn. What? That's messed up. This would be the final Toolbox Killer's victim, as an acquaintance of Norris would turn them in, according to the Daily News. Bittaker was sentenced to death in March 1981 and died from natural causes in San Quentin in December 2019. That's California for you. You get put on death row, you don't die. I'm trying to remember the guy, Westerfield, who raped and killed a, I think, 6-year-old, 7-year-old girl in Poway, California, back in the 90s, and he's still sitting on death row. I don't think he's died, but he wasn't put to death. Maybe he died of old age or whatever. I think he's still alive, sitting there. California doesn't kill the death row inmates. It's dumb. So this dude died in San Quentin of natural causes. Norris took a plea deal for life in prison and died of natural causes in 2020. So both those dudes are dead now. The Toolbox Killers are dead. Crazy, man. There's a bunch of these. This is pretty interesting. It's not cool. I was about to say this is pretty cool, but good question, Antonis. If there's ever been real murders on Halloween. So Halloween Crime of Passion from 1957. After settling down for the night, Peter and Betty Fabiano awoke to a doorbell ring on Halloween 1957. Peter, thinking it was some late night trick-or-treaters, that's pretty late, went to the door with candy in hand. Because if you're already in bed, it's probably pretty late. He was met with a woman in a mask holding a brown bag pointed at the door. The woman fired a gun she had concealed in the brown bag, striking Peter in the chest, killing him instantly. According to the Los Angeles Times, police arrested Joan Rabel, who had reportedly had a sexual relationship with Betty. So it's like a lesbian love affair, and Joan needed Peter out of the way so Joan and Betty could ride off into the sunset. Rabel had convinced another woman, Golden Pizer, to kill Peter. Oh, so Golden Pizer. That's an interesting name. Rabel was convicted of second-degree murder along with Pizer and was sentenced to 5 years to life. 5? You killed a dude, and you got 5 years? Man, I guess it pays to be a woman if you want to be a serial killer or just a killer. Both women were later released, and Betty Fabiano was never tried for any connection in her husband's death. Wow. Well, I mean, Betty was upstairs. She, if she had something to do with it, who knows? But man, craziness. She paid Pizer to kill Peter. Oh, so you know the story, Kevin. That's great. David Westerfield, he wants a retrial. Fuck that guy. That guy needs to die. Somebody needs to kill that guy. Sorry, don't get mad at me. Lords of the great and powerful YouTube, yay. Don't demonetize me because I don't like people like David Westerfield. So we have another one here. The Man Who Ruined Halloween. Oh, look at this. 1974, going way back. 50 years ago, Timothy O'Brien, who was 8 years old, returned to his home in Houston after trick-or-treating. His father, Ronald O'Brien, gave Timothy a piece of candy before sending him to bed, a pixie stick. He got a pixie stick before going to bed. The way this is written is if an 8-year-old went out trick-or-treating on his own. Now, I know back in the day, times were different. I remember going out trick-or-treating like with my brothers and friends, but I want to say we were probably 9 or 10. Yeah, man, I guess back in the day, you go out trick-or-treating on your own, I guess. Within moments after ingesting the candy, Timothy began to vomit and died on the way to the hospital. Ronald claimed the candy had been poisoned, but after further investigation, police discovered Ronald had poisoned his own son with cyanide. That is fucked. An 8-year, come on, man. O'Brien had recently taken a new life insurance policy out on Timothy and was trying to gain life insurance fund to pay off his debts. What kind of twisted individual is going to kill his own kid for a life insurance policy to pay off your debt? How about just file bankruptcy? This story sparked the media and has helped the stigma of checking your children's Halloween candy for years to come. A year after Timothy's death, Ronald was found guilty and was given the death penalty, according to Vice. Wow. So there you go. There's 6 stories right there of murders that took place on Halloween. Pissed about it and got my final shipment of movies from Shout Factory. All movies, no slipcovers. Damn it. Man, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. Man. Well, hopefully the movies are good that you got, Wicked Network. We all went trick-or-treating without adults, but was always with friends, right? No, and that's where I remember as a little kid going out with my mom. And me and my brothers would go up, and my mom and her friend, there'd be a group of kids. There'd probably be, 7, 8, 9, 10 of us out all going trick-or-treating together. And, or at least 5 or 6, 7 of us. My mom and her friend or whoever else, the parents would be walking down the street and we would all go do our thing. But then later, I remember going out, trick-or-treating. And I remember we would come back and unload. We would go out with pillowcases because we would get so much candy, the pillowcases would fill up. We would come home, dump those out, and then go back out. And sometimes we remember the good houses. We go back to the good houses again and hope they didn't remember us. Sometimes they did, but they always still gave us candy again. And here's the thing. We moved. I turned 11 years old. When I was turning 11 years old, they were filming. I remember on my birthday, they were filming Top Gun, the original Top Gun. And my older brother, Richard, was in bed sick. And later that summer, not summer, because this was Halloween. No. I'm talking about my birthday. Okay. My birthday. When I turned 11 years old, we moved into a new house. And when we were moving into the new house, that's right, we were moving into a new house when I turned 11. And I remember my mom took me to Wendy's because you got a free Frosty on your birthday. So that was my 11th birthday. They were filming Top Gun. The planes were flying because we lived right by Top Gun. The planes were flying right above us. And we knew something was up because the planes were flying backwards. The planes from Miramar would always take off heading west, veer to the right, and head out over the mountains. And when they would come back, they would do a passover. They would fly over the runway, and then they would go south. They wouldn't go north. We were north. They would go south and loop around and then land. So for them to be doing circles to the north was very weird. So we knew something was up. Heard on the news, they were filming a movie called Top Gun. That was when I turned 11. And so for my 11-year-old Halloween, we were in a new house. And so I remember trick-or-treating at least a couple of years in the house when I was like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 years old. And when we lived in that house, I remember going out trick-or-treating on my own. So at least 8, 9, and 10, I went trick-or-treating without my parents. So yeah, I guess it sounds so weird now. The kids at 8 years old would go out trick-or-treating on their own. That was a thing back then. It was a different world. It's a different time, man. But you can't do that nowadays. You definitely can't do that nowadays. Yes, get in my belly. No, that's the best part of Halloween. And if you're a fluffy gamer, if you are the fluffy gamer, it's a good thing Fluffy has put down the bottle, because hopefully now, I don't know, Fluff, are your nephews of the age where they're going to go out trick-or-treating, or are they too old for that now? But if they go out trick-or-treating or they come up on candy, Fluffy has been known to go kill all his nephew, grandson's like candy. I think grandson, right? The grandkid. Fluffy has been known to go out there in a drunken stupor and eat all the kids' candy, and the other kids too. So Fluffy had no shame in going out there and eating all their candy. So then they would wake up in the morning the day after Halloween going like, "Where's my candy?" And Fluffy ate it all. So he had to go back to the store and buy them more candy. And then he ate all that candy too. And I'm not making this up. You can ask Fluffy Gamer. He did this. So yes, you got to take advantage of it, but you got to be careful. You know, you go in there and you see the good candies. You eat a couple of them. You eat a couple of them, but you leave enough that they don't really know how many of the good candies you actually ate. Yep. No, their candy is safe now. Okay, good. Sep, I love Miramar Road. Music Trader, rest in peace. Yes. Demolition Man, filming. I know the pyramid thing, right? Go straight to La Jolla UTC Mall, past Tucker Carlson's. Is that where Tucker went to school? Did he go to University High School? Is that where did Tucker go to university? I didn't know he was from San Diego. That's pretty cool. But man, I don't know how many times me and Fluff rode down Miramar Road. Fluffy used to work at the Taco Bell right there at University Town Center at UTC, the old Taco Bell there. Fluffy used to work there. I didn't work at that location. I worked at other Taco Bell, but man, Miramar Road, I don't know how many times we hauled ass down that road. A guy from our high school, I can't remember his name right now. I think it was Darren. I think the guy's name was Darren or Devin or something. I think it was Darren, driving down Miramar Road, hauling ass in his car, rear-ended a truck and got decapitated when we were still in high school. It's craziness. But man, we would always go over to UTC, hang out at Yellow Brick Road in UTC. Remember Yellow Brick Road? Are you old enough to remember that? Where kind of in the food court by the ice skating rink, where you had Taco Bell, you had Sbarro, you had the hot dog on a stick, Orange Julius, like all that stuff. And then over in the corner, you had Yellow Brick Road. And, there was like a whole bunch of like Street Fighter games and everything else over there. That was a spot back in the day. You had that. You had Malibu Grand Prix, where you could play the Neo Geo game. It was like the Neo Geo knockoff of Street Fighter, whatever that was called. But all you had to do was like lift up. I think Fluffy's when it broke it. They're out of business now, so I don't think it matters. But yanked up on it. Was it Fluff? Was that you or was that Roger? They yanked up on the thing and the whole top came off where the controllers were, and then you would reach down in and you could just go click, 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 and get yourself 1,000,000 credits so you could just play for free all night long. That was great. But man, there was, and then right next to Malibu Grand Prix on Miramar Road, you had there was a baseball card store that me and my brother, when we had our paper routes, when we were like, 10, 11, 12 years old, we would ride our bicycles up on Miramar Road to the baseball card shop to go buy baseball cards. And then we'd go down to Mira Mesa to Newberry's to buy comic books after we got our paychecks from delivering newspapers. Man, that was our neighborhood back in the day, man. Fluffy not admitting anything, right? Yeah. And Fluffy never owned one of those quarters that had a hole with the string in it. Fluffy never owned one of those. In the mid 80s and 90s, we went trick-or-treating in groups, no adults. We were built different. That's right. I mean, hey, these kids nowadays, man, no, definitely a different time. UTC Arcade was the best. Played all those games back then. Remember seeing Rampage fighting game there, right? Yeah, no, that was the days, man. That was the days. I really said that. I remember the hospitals offering free x-rays of candy because supposed razor blade inserts. Yeah, I remember that. Yes, Chris Hansen's Bloody Taint. I love that name. But no, I do remember that, when you could go to the hospital and they would run your bag of candy through. I wonder if they still do that. That's kind of cool. But I mean, I don't know where the nearest hospital is around. I mean, I know there's a hospital not too far, but would you go to that length anymore? But yeah, I do. I remember that. That's cool. The Neo Geos. That's right. That's what's up, man. Upper Deck in Mira Mesa Mall was one of the best baseball card stores. Newberry's Comics too, right? So see, you know what's up. The Newberry's. So Newberry's, the comic store in the middle of Newberry's, that's where I bought every single episode, volume, whatever edition of Robotech. When the Macross saga came out, I got all of them. And then what was it? The Next Generation came out, and I got all those. And then what was the one? Was the one I forget? So it was Macross. Then Masters, Robotech Masters, then Next Generation, right? So, but I had like all of them. I had all the Robotech comics. And in 87, I want to say, is when the Punisher comic books first started coming out. And I didn't end up collecting them all, but I had like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I don't know how many I had of the Punisher comics when they first started coming out. And I bought them all right there at Newberry's. And then I went into Marine Corps boot camp. All my comic books were at my parents' house. Poof! My brother moved to Florida. All my comic books and my CDs, which I had bought at the warehouse. Remember the warehouse, where you could buy music and movies and stuff, right next to Fuddruckers and Mira Mesa Boulevard. I had the original Kill 'Em All album, which had Blitzkrieg, and what was the other one? Was Metal Militia? Or Leper Messiah. One of the, there was 2 songs. I know Blitzkrieg was one of them, and the other one, they lost the rights to those songs. So if you bought for a long time, if you bought Kill 'Em All, it didn't have those 2 songs on it. So I had the original one, which was worth a lot of money because you couldn't find it anymore. And that was one of the CDs that disappeared. All my CDs and all my comic books, my brother decided to take them with him to Florida. And then he moved back years later and bragged about how he pawned all that stuff because he forgot that he stole it from me. And he was talking about how he pawned it. And I'm like, wonderful. Well, never see that stuff again. But I've been buying now Punisher comics. I don't have, but some of the Robotechs, I've gotten quite a bunch of those back again. For a while, I went on eBay and was looking for them and was buying them. But man, yeah, no, they were 2 cover songs. I know they were the 2 cover songs, Blitzkrieg and I forget the other one. But let's see. motor breath, anesthesia. Trying to find out which two were removed. No songs removed. Fuck off. Two of them were. That lost the rights. Let me try typing it that way. There isn't much information about the songs on Kill 'Em All. What are the two songs of CD that aren't listed on the back? Blitzkrieg and Am I Evil? Am I Evil and Blitzkrieg? There you go. Up. Thank you. Look at that. just I found it. My bad. Good looking out over there. I couldn't remember. I knew it was Blitzkrieg because Blitzkrieg is like my favorite Metallica song of all time. And so when I went to go buy again, and maybe they're still on there. I guess maybe it's saying they just were on there, but they weren't listed or something, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I had the original release from when the first print of that CD when it came out. And then my brother jacked it, and that sucked. The Warehouse was my CD store. I lived in Mira Mesa. Dre, The Chronic, Snoop, 50 Cent, Guess Who's Back. Nice. So I know I bought a lot of, I don't remember. I probably bought The Chronic there too, because that's where I was buying music too. That is where I was buying my music. And I know I owned The Chronic. I bought that when it first came out. And Snoop. And that's probably where I also got, what was it, Snoop's? The album where he had the song about New York. I don't know if it was The Dogfather. I think it was The Dogfather, right? His second album or something. But I got that there. But yeah, I bought Megadeth albums, Metallica albums. Man, I'm trying to think what else. AC/DC, like all kinds of the music I would listen to back in the day. Bought them all there. Yep. But yeah, man, Warehouse. Yep. Yep. Spent a lot of money there. Spent a lot of money at Newberry's. Spent a lot of money at the baseball card store. And you know what? The one thing my brother didn't jack was my baseball cards, which I was very surprised about. And I've still got those. I got, oh, you know what? No, matter of fact, they're over here. I got a gigantic, I think, I don't know. I think I got about 5,000 baseball cards because back in the day, my brother and I, we were all about it. And it's crazy. I go through the book where I have all the cards in the plastic things that, you know, the folding, you put in like in a binder. And man, I had all these like Barry Bonds rookie cards, all these Mark McGuire rookie cards. Remember the Mark McGuire Don Russ card from when he was on the Olympic team before he even went to the A's. Because back in '84, they had to be, you couldn't be a professional player. So they had to be like minor league or college, but they couldn't be Major League Baseball to be in the Olympics. And Mark McGuire was on the Olympic team in '84. And I have that card. And those were worth hundreds of dollars. And then after the steroid scandal came out, all the Barry Bonds cards, all the Mark McGuire, the Jose Cansecos, what's his name? Raphael, oh, whatever his last name was. But there were so many players that had cards that were worth a ton of money that all just tanked. Of course, the Ken Griffey cards, and the Greg Maddux cards, those never lost their value, but those were never as valuable. And I mean, Ken Griffey, one of the greatest players ever, you would think his card would have been worth, but it wasn't quite what like the Barry Bonds rookies or the Mark McGuire rookies were. Palmeiro, thank you, Chris. Yeah, Palmeiro, man. See, that's what I got you guys for. We talk, and without somebody in the room to finish my sentences, I rely heavily on you guys. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the help. Did you ever have a house on your street during Halloween that was a haunted house that you could walk through? When I was a kid, we lived on a street in Mira Mesa called Cade Terrace. It was off of Pegasus down there. But my dad actually made a walk-through haunted house, and we had one, and the news came out to our house because of that. because they were going around to different haunted houses. And then there was some other friends up the street who their parents had a haunted house that went through, and you had to crawl through these boxes. Because it got smaller and smaller and smaller, and then it wound up in the backyard. You had to go out the side of the house. There was a bunch of them. There was a bunch of them around. It was the 80s were a golden time to be a kid. I am telling you. It's like kids now and everything with phones and sitting around just staring at your phone and doing nothing. Back then, we would hop on our bikes. We would ride down to the canyon. There was all these bike tracks to go off-roading on your dirt bikes. There was parks there. It was all about going and hanging out with friends and stuff. But, nowadays, man, they just sit on their phones and do nothing. But yeah, crazy stuff. Let's see your favorite cards. I'll tell you what, Sean, another day I'll pull them out and I'll go through, because I have, it's funny. One of my favorite players back in the day was Devon White, who was outfielder for the Angels. And I just liked him. He was a great player. And, his career kind of fizzled. Started off great. Like, I thought he was going to be a Hall of Famer and everything, but his career kind of fizzled. But I have a ton of his cards. I have a ton of Tony Gwynn's, all kinds of great cards. But they're like packed up over there and stuff. So another day, I'll pull them out and we'll go through and kind of look at some of my old stuff. I got some great cards in there. Baseball card market is so weak and untrustful. I feel all sports. Yeah, no. So you're very correct. And it scares me. I see a lot of people and hey, more power to them. Cause Renee Nizota, Storage Wars Renee, who, Fluffy's good friends with, he does this breaks. They call them the breaks or whatever, where they break open cards and people bid on them. And then he mails them to them, and whatever's in them, that's what you get in that pack. And people spend a lot of money on this stuff. But I mean, back in the 80s, these things, and in the early 90s, these baseball cards were getting so expensive. And then it all flopped. It is, after all, just a little piece of cardboard. Now, if you get the one of ones in the new breaks, and you get that one of one that has the autograph, or like the little piece of the jersey or something, those are pretty cool. But the regular baseball cards in general, I do have something cool. I'll show you this. Hang on a second. Oops. So here's two cool things that I kind of I could get to kind of quickly. Show you these. This kind of came apart a little bit. I don't know if it's supposed to or not, but this. So from 2004, which was that the first year of Petco Park? I can't remember if that was the first year or not. But from Petco Park, my dad had this, and when he passed away, I kept it. But this was it's like a coin with some of the actual dirt from Petco Park's infield. So right there, San Diego Padres, established in 1969. That's when the team was established. But authenticated infield dirt from Petco Park that I don't know where my dad got this, but it's got like a little stand, which is very dusty right now. But he's got that. So infield dirt from the ballpark. And it's got that authentication thing. And then this is a gift that I bought for my dad. I don't remember what year, but I got him this for Christmas one year. And I do have the certificate of authentication for this. But this here is a World Series baseball that was used in the World Series in 1998, when coincidentally the Yankees, who are getting their butts kicked right now, were kicking the Padres' butts back then. And it's very hard to see because it's faint. But this is signed by Tony Gwynn. So it's a World Series used baseball from 1998 that's signed by Tony Gwynn. So I have that. And I keep it because, ink will fade in light and stuff. So I keep it like kind of buried where hopefully, this ink won't completely fade. And I know it takes a long time for the ink to fade, but like you look at like Declaration of Independence and all that stuff, the ink is like fading, and so that's why they have it in those dark rooms and stuff. But Tony Gwynn, you know, as a kid and way back in the day in the Mira Mesa Mall, or are you old enough to remember when the Padres would go to the Mira Mesa Mall and they would line up outside of what store was on the end? But it was kind of like not Miller's Outpost. What store was on the corner down there? I don't remember what store that was. But they would line up right next to whatever store was on the very end. I can't remember right now. Not Newberry's, but anyways, they would line up in the mall, a bunch of tables, a whole bunch of Padres, and you could walk down and get their autographs, like Carmelo Martinez and Marvell Wynn and Tony Gwynn and trying to think of some of the others. I don't know if Garvey was ever there, but a lot of the Padres would go to Mira Mesa Mall, and a whole bunch of players would sit there, and you could just walk down and you'd take a ball and they would sign it for you, or, you know, cards or whatever, back in the day. And it was free. You know, nowadays, you know, I mean, you go to the ballpark, you get them, they sign your stuff for free and stuff, but you go to signing events, they charge. So the store I'm thinking of, Fluff, is what it was before Mervin's. Was it Marshall Scott's? I think it was Marshall Scott's, because it was before Mervin's. They didn't do this when it was Mervin's. This is before then. So I think it was Marshall Scott's, because Marshall Scott's turned into Mervin's. So, but it's that location. It's right there. So I think it was Marshall Scott's, and whatever is right across from it. And then around the corner was like the I don't know if it's a Cracker Barrel, but it was like a Cracker Barrel kind of store. And then there was like Miller's Outpost and stuff. But yeah, Marshall Nike was at the end of the mall. I bought a Space Jam shirt when they were released from there. Nice. Yeah. So, well, Marshall's, they have a Marshall's now, but this was Marshall Scott's store way back in the day. No affiliation to Marshall's. But it was, yeah, it was Marshall Scott's, then it was Mervin's. And I think in that location, I think Hobby Lobby is there now at that part of the mall. I think it's been remodeled quite a bit. But I'm pretty sure, it's Hobby Lobby where that is now. But man, a stroll down memory lane here, man, going way back in the day. Let me see here. There we go. Mira Mesa. There's the mall. And what is over there right now? Oh, the mall, that goes all the way to the street now. Oh, wow. Okay. So over there, that store was, well, where that store was is now, yeah, it's where Marshall's is now. But there's also a Burlington. There's a bunch of things in that building. But then they added on another building, Bevmo and Sprouts and Michael's. That building wasn't there back in the day. So, yeah, it was. I'll pull it up. We're going down memory lane here. Might as well go full board. Pull it up. What bam. So there's the Mira Mesa Mall right there, and this store right here. There's Marshall's. This whole building used to all be Marshall Scott's, and then it was Mervin's, and now it's like, yeah, Marshall's and Burlington and maybe even something else. But the Padres would line up right here in this little in this little alleyway right there. They would put out like tables and they would just sit there, and you would go get autographs from your favorite players. So that was pretty cool. And then is the bowling alley still there? Man, the bowling alley, man, me and Fluff used to go to that bowling alley in Mira Mesa, but then the lanes sucked, man. They needed to fix the lanes. So we started going to, what was the bowling alley in Kearney, or it was in Claremont? Sunset Bowl, right? But then they tore that down and stuff. But yep. Man, craziness. But yeah, look at that. Look, so now Fuddruckers is gone. Sad. It's a fish grill. The warehouse is now an AT&T store. But the car wash where when you would drive around, the Asian dude would sit outside telling you neutral, neutral, because you had to put your car in neutral to go through. And my dad got all pissed off at him once because my dad's like, I'm in neutral. I'm in neutral. And the guy's like, neutral, neutral. I remember my dad yelling at the guy. And then right here, man. Oh, no, wait. No. This one. Golden Island Dim Sum. Man, there was your hometown buffet right there, man. That was a spot right there. And then, of course, well, it's a car wash now. Oh, no, it's this one right here. The seafood. Oh, Mexican. This was Ramberto's right here. That's where Fluffy hopped over the counter, went in the back because we would go there all the time. And Fluffy hopped over the counter, went in and made his own burritos. And the guys working there were just dying laughing. But I remember going through that drive-through and sitting in the car with Fluff and Victor Franchino, and Fluffy farted so bad that I ended up throwing up my burrito. But yeah, that's a. Oh, it's a Papa. Because it was a Papa John's, and the view here shows Papa John's. Yeah, but I guess it's not even Papa John's no more. It's back to a Mexican joint. But this used to be a chicken, picnic and chicken, and then it was Ramberto's. But man, used to trade beer for carne asada at the Alberto's. Hey, you know what? Great minds think alike. I'm pretty sure we've done that before. I'm pretty sure we've done that before. That is hilarious. Everybody buys things online now. I know. Yeah, no, not much need to go shopping or anything anymore. But yeah, man, that was it right there. Graduated Mira Mesa High School, right there, back in the day. And what got me into video? Why I'm all into like making movies and everything now? Because in the library, our class, our video production class, was in this back corner, and there was like a studio where, you would do, like actual news broadcasts and stuff. And we'd do the Mira Mesa Update, which would, go out on TV on the public access channel. But, yeah, but and Sep, I saw you lived on Polaris. What a small world, man. How crazy is that? Oh, Noggles, but Picnic and Chicken, Noggles was next to Picnic and Chicken. Noggles is the car wash. So see this one, the car wash, that was Noggles. And this right here, the Ramberto's was Picnic and Chicken. That turned into Ramberto's. And then the car wash was Noggles. That's funny. The car wash here in that picture is almost like the same color as Noggles was back in the day. But now you get out on the road and it's blue. They painted it. Hilarious. Man, but are you on Google Earth? Yeah. Google Earth right there. Yep. In like not North County, San Diego, but north of downtown San Diego. Mira Mesa High School screen printing class was the best high school class I ever took, and I went to Scripps, but we would go to period 5 and 6 at Mira Mesa to make t-shirts. Nice, well, that's cool. Yeah, Scripps opened like a couple of years after we graduated or something, I think. But man, yeah, the video production class was my favorite class. That's what got me into like want to make movies and stuff. But that's crazy. You lived on Polaris, but had to go to Scripps. The boundaries were very weird, huh? It's crazy the way they did that. But yeah, here it is, Cade Terrace right here. That's where I grew up, and this is cool. So this street right here, it's crazy. You have those like core memories from being a kid. So look at this street right here. Let me just zoom in on it. Come on, get me down there. Boop. Watch how many people I remember that lived on the street. I'm just going to start right here. This house right here on the corner, that is where Chucky Fucky and Diana Diarrhea lived. Not kidding. They were like the asshole kids of the street. Chucky Fucky and Diana Diarrhea. And then, this guy was a real dickhead. You would go trick-or-treating at his house and he'd be like, I don't have no candy. And he'd slam the door in your face. And then I don't remember the kids' names that lived here. There was two. There's a guy and a girl. I don't remember their names. Whoop. But this was our house. That's where I lived. And they didn't have this like window that stuck out. It was just a flat window back in the day. And I remember we were like throwing stuff at each other, and I threw something and broke that window. My dad was so pissed off. And then right here at this house, the kid was never allowed to come out and play with it. I think his name was Bryce. I think his name was Bryce, but he was never allowed to come out and play with us. His parents were weird. But right here was Dawn and Michelle. And then my dad actually worked with their dad. But that was Dawn and Michelle right there. And then the kid that lived here was Dennis. So, of course, he was Dennis the Menace. And then right here was Alex and Roger. Right here was Nathan and Eric. And then nobody lived up there, no friends. And then this house right here was Leanne and Kelly. And then right here was Amy. And then where is it? This one was Brian and Blake. And this was Liz and Kimball. Crazy, right? I mean, think about it. When we all got together as kids, there was like 20 kids that lived on this street. And I remember because it was slightly sloped. And so if it would rain, we were able to get on the street here up here at the top. We would take like boogie boards or cardboard and go like in these gutters because they're like the rounded gutters. And we would ride down the gutters all the way down the street on like boogie boards or cardboards or whatever. It was amazing. It was just amazing. But yeah, man, all those kids on that one street, man, it's nothing like it today. We would all go out in the street and play baseball or softball together, just whatever games, hide and seek or whatever. It was amazing. Actually, just, man, that was such a great time to be a kid, man. The cutoff was the best on Hill. Cutoff on Weston Hill because it ran parallel to the 15. Oh, man, I would have barely made it in high school then because where Weston Hill ended at Jade Coast, we were the second house down on Jade Coast when I was in high school. Crazy. Yeah, I would have barely made the cutoff to stay at Mira Mesa. Wow. I mean, Scripps wouldn't have been too far because you could have gone over like Carroll Canyon and got there pretty quick, but still, like, it would have been crazy. But man, what a crazy ride down memory lane. But yeah, one of these days, I'll break out the baseball cards and we'll go through all those. That would be a fun video. But look at that, man. It's 11:44. We are approaching the witching hour here. I have got some things to do. I got to edit a video so I can get that up for you all in the morning. So I'm going to head on out. But I think I'll probably put it up at 9 a.m. on the West Coast here. And then so it'll be noon on the East Coast. But it'll be my day out in the downtown Redlands, checking out a cool toy store, a cool board game store, and a comic book store, and like just checking it all out. It was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna edit that video and get it up for you all in the morning. So I'm gonna head on out now. But it's been a lot of fun. I love this. This is what I love doing the live streams because then we get to just talk about all this stuff. It's so much fun. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Have yourselves a good night. If you haven't yet, please hit the thumbs up button. It would mean a lot to me. And man, I'm not sure. Maybe like I said, maybe Wednesday night we do a live stream and I'll do like carve a pumpkin or something. We'll see about that. But I'll let you know. Anyways, have a good one, everybody. And Sep, again, thanks for the super chat there. Really appreciate you. Everybody have yourselves a good night. And I will see you guys. Well, look for the video tomorrow. It'll be up. But we'll do another live stream some point this week, Wednesday, or maybe even on Halloween. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know. I'll make a post or something. So make sure you follow me on Instagram because that's where I try to, let everybody know what's going on and stuff. Have a good one. I don't know who you want to marry you, Fluff, but I'm damn sure not. Sorry about that. Nothing personal. See you guys later.